Baby, I had to do this video over. Because even though I think I'm going to wind up having to do... I'm going to put his name in the... I'm going to put his picture in the thumbnail. So I might as well... I did another video prior to this, and I just deleted it because I said his name. And I was like, I don't know if I want to say his name. And then maybe I won't say his name. You'll just see in the thumbnail. But, bitch, every girl, every doll, every woman, every gay boy that's especially on the down low of a particular age knows these strippers that's in the fucking limelight, in the spotlight, and in the news recently. And I'm thinking we're going to see all of them. Ooh, bitch. If they call Rodney, if Rodney is being subpoenaed, bitch. Because now I've been side-eyeing Diddy. Because I did another video about Diddy recently, like in the last week. I just haven't made it private. I think because I felt like I said too much. I didn't want my experience, my personal experience with him out there like that. I just didn't. Not now anyway. Okay? So, whatever. But we are going to start to see a whole bunch of strippers, sex workers that we know. Because here's the thing. Back in the day, when a lot of us were young girls out here, you know, getting our money, making our money, even though I was working, in Midtown Manhattan, and I had like a regular 9 to 5. But, I went to a lot of clubs. I went to a lot of shows and strippers. I've talked to a lot of strippers. I've actually dated a few of them. And a lot of them are really nice guys. Including the stripper that's in question. Now, to my knowledge, he's not a homosexual. He's not even bisexual, to my knowledge. I just know that I've had conversations with him. And he's actually a sweet, friendly, kind, really nice guy. We never, it was just like, I forgot who introduced me, but someone introduced me to him that was actually a female and introduced me to him. And he was so sweet. He was a lot taller than I thought he was going to be. Because I always thought next to other strippers, he looked so much smaller. But bitch, we're going to see in the next few weeks, we're going to see a lot of shit come up about this Diddy trial. Here's the thing. Because I did do another video recently because there is a celebrity, a big-time chart-topping celebrity / producer and artist that's really handsome. I can't say too much. Who has gone radio, who follows me, actually. I don't follow him. I follow him back on one of the apps. But I used to have a crush on him when I was younger. And in the 90s and 2000s. I met him the day that I met Diddy face to face. And they were hanging out. I can't say where. But they were hanging out together. And what I do know, and I worry about him, is that he was with Diddy. I don't know if he has been a victim of Diddy, and he's ashamed of what happened to him, and he's never gonna speak on it. Or I just don't know. I can't tell you what it is. All I knew, okay, is that he has, the day that Cassie dropped that lawsuit, the one that Diddy settled the next day, literally between her dropping a lawsuit and Diddy settling the next day, this particular male celebrity deleted all of his media on Instagram. Now, mind you, at the time, he was promoting his new music. So you don't delete stuff that you're promoting as a businessman. So I always wondered about that. And since then, he follows me. So he looks at my stories. I think he has a crush on me, even though he's not making any moves. He's such a cutie pie. And a sweetheart. But from what I can tell, but I don't know. But he's literally, I feel bad for him because clearly he's triggered by all this stuff that's going on with Diddy. But long story short, we're going to see a lot of stuff come out. We're going to see a lot of the ex-workers and the strippers that a lot of us that came up in the clubs, even though I didn't come up in the clubs, I would go to the clubs here and there. But a lot of the dolls that would do their thing, that worked the stroll, a lot of the dolls that worked the ads back in the late 90s, and in 2000s and like a lot of the dolls, we know these names that are going to be released. Bitch. I don't want to say his name because, like I said, he's such a nice guy. But there's so many of them that I used to talk to. That I actually talked to and had relationships with. Okay, and the one that I used to have a relationship with was a part of the ballroom scene. At least that's what I heard. I didn't know because I never really went to the ball. But one of my gay Judies told me that this is what I was saying. A lot of gay men that they would try to use the trans girls to get the tea on the straight guys. That the guys that rejected them. So, and I didn't realize it then, but I quickly caught on, and I was just like, I didn't indulge him in a lot of stupid shit. But he would always ask me, when he found out, I think I used his image on one of the thumbnails for something in a previous video. I don't know if it's on my old page or a new one, but all I know, he has he's beautiful. I can say he has a bald head because a lot of male strippers back then had a bald head. Bald head, chinky eyes, brown skin, short, nice body, beautiful body. Little ass dick, but beautiful body. And I think if my friend was telling the truth, he walked for body or realness or something, but he technically is a straight guy. When my friend found out that we were following each other and we knew each other, we were talking. We were actually, oh, damn it, I don't want to say too much. We were talking, okay, and he was so nice. This guy, who is a stripper, which the strippers, a lot of the black male strippers were so smart because they knew how to turn and parlay that money into businesses. And my ex-baby, who, is still to this day a sweetheart. Mind you, he's not hood. You would think I think he started in the hood, but brother has motherfucking got homes all over this country, houses and cars, businesses. When I tell you, he runs his own businesses that are like, I'm so happy and proud of him, but he's the kind of guy, like, I want to sing Daydreaming by Aretha. He's the kind of guy that'll say, hey, baby. He's the kind of guy that'll say, hey, baby, let's get away, let's go somewhere far where I don't care. He's the kind of guy, ooh, baby, he's the kind of guy that I want you to pack a bag to go on a weekend trip to Florida just to lay up on the beach with him in Miami, okay, at the Desertland Hotel off of Collins and 87th, honey, a block from Bell Harbor. He's that kind of guy. Okay, beautiful, fine. Now that's what you talk about, a man, provider. This is somebody that will, if I was stressed at work And this was like, when I was dealing with him, this was like, anywhere between 16, 17 years ago. In the last 16, 17 years ago, we stopped kind of, dating in 2015. And we were dating on and off. We were just friends, dating and whatever, and casual. But he was like my man at some points, right? He's the type of guy that if I posted something on Instagram or Facebook, that I was having a bad day, or if something was going on at my job. I remember one time, my boss had gotten laid off, and so I was wondering what was going to happen to me and stuff like that. And my baby, this is the type of guy he was. And if you saw him, you'd be like, damn, he's fine. He was probably the most handsome in the face of the strippers. He was beautiful to look at. Beautiful. Oh, I want to say it. I want to see it. He was so beautiful that he was able to parlay his exotic career and stripper career into doing videos, like video vixens and stuff like that, like music videos. Like, he was that fine, right? But he's a beautiful guy from head to ankle. Well, his feet wasn't ugly. It wasn't ugly. It just wasn't. It wasn't pretty. It was just regular man feet that wasn't ugly. It wasn't ugly. But anyway, I had posted something about my boss being laid off. Do you know? And I was so worried. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. And, but I know that I don't think I'm going to lose my job. I think what they're going to do now. I didn't post all that. I just was like, my boss was laid off, and, I'm not sure what's going to happen with me, but whatever happens with me, I'm going to be fine, or something to that effect. Right? And I wound up being okay. What they did was they moved me to another department, and I had to work for these two ag thugs. And I wound up leaving that, going to an even better position, but that's another story, right? But once I had posted that thing on Instagram and Facebook about, my boss lost his job and he was laid off, and I was stressed, he sent me a message. He had texted me and was like, boo, are you okay? Like, is everything okay? And I told him. And he offered me a job working at his corporation, at his business, but I was like, no. I was like, no, because if I stop dating him, I don't want to lose my job. So I trusted him, but then again, I trusted him, but I just didn't want to do that. Like, I wanted to keep my life, my career separate from his. The only time I would have did that is if I was married to him, but then again, whatever. But do you know that man? When I texted him back, I was like, I'm fine. I'm just, I'm still doing my work until they tell me something, he was like, no, all right. He was like, hold on 1 second, be right back. Do you know, he had called the Peninsula Hotel off of Fifth Avenue and booked and scheduled a 90-minute spa day for me after work. That's the type of guy he was. So a lot of these strippers are actually really sweet guys that if you're looking for a provider, they're on a come up. Because a lot of them know where the money resides, and they know how to kind of parlay that money, that life of doing stripping and strippers and stuff like that into like real businesses. But that was the type of guy he was. He was so sweet. He was so sweet. And we're going to see, but I got to know a lot of the strippers that were out at that time. And bitch, I'm going to gag. I'm going to text him in a little bit. I just didn't want to text him, but a part of me is like, girl, text him and see if he was a part of that whole Cassie and Diddy. Because I'm going to tell you like now, I don't want to read about my baby. Okay, going to some fucking hotel with Cassie and Diddy freaking off. All right, but whatever. But I can see Diddy going after him. I can see that being his type. But bitch, let's just be clear. Diddy, and this should have been the first thing that I said. Diddy forced Cassie to hire the strippers that he liked. I can see. I can see Diddy let me break it down to you. I want you to go with me, okay? Just pay attention and go with me. These hip hop clubs, the clubs where like a lot of hip hop artists, because most hip hop artists aren't on tours. Okay, so a lot of them would do clubs, like whatever the hot hip hop club or the hot club in your town, they would do that club. And especially back in the day, those clubs all had an LGBT night, dancing and stuff like that, and then 2, they all had a male and female review night. Okay, anybody of a particular age, especially in the New York tri-state area, knows what I'm talking about. So, and they will also be hip hop clubs. Because not for nothing, when the Tunnel wasn't having Biggie and Faith and Mary and the Locks and all those different people and DMX, and when it wasn't popping as a big hip hop club, the Tunnel would have gay night. They would have the LGBT night. Okay? I can see Diddy going to, like, say, a Busta Rhymes album release party, okay, and making his appearance. And on his way out, he sees the advertisements of the forthcoming events. And one of the forthcoming events, you see a bunch of sexy, well-oiled, chiseled, ooh, bitch, I am fucking cracking the code as I speak. Now I understand the baby oil. Now when they're saying that he likes the fucking the bodies to be oiled up and glistening. If you remember those posters and advertisements for the male review, bitch, weren't all of those strippers oiled up, bodies cut up, nice little costumes, but their bodies were oiled? Bitch, I need to be on the fucking prosecution's team, honey. Bitch, I would turn this motherfucking case upside down. I need to see if I can reach out to somebody on that prosecution, because I need to motherfucking be a consultant and get my motherfucking coin. Bitch, because I'm out here motherfucking cracking the fucking code to all of this drama. Okay, bitch. Honey, let me tell you something. Before I motherfucking make this video, baby, before I make this motherfucking video public, I'm going to reach out to his motherfucking legal team. Okay? I'm going to reach out to his legal team anonymously and see if there's room for a consult to kind of tie everything in, bitch. Because she is going to get her motherfucking coin. Alright? And if they tell me that I can't, if they tell me that I can't be reimbursed, then I'm going to make this motherfucking video, public. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to motherfucking post something in my community to let y'all know that I did this video and that I'm waiting to hear back from Diddy, from the Diddy trials prosecution team to because bitch, I'm gagging that I'm sitting over here motherfucking dissecting things. This is why I like to talk, even though I ramble and I tell so much information and give so much information. It sound like a ramble, but if you pay attention to the shit that I say, I drop jewels. And literally, I can see, let me finish saying it. Literally, I can see him leaving a Busta Rhymes album release party and sees the advertisement for the upcoming male review with all these sexy black strippers, black and Latin strippers with body yaddy yaddy, with bodies glistening, with motherfucking Baby Earl. Okay. Baby Earl. And thinking to himself, ooh, that nigga fine. And when he get up into that motherfucking SUV or that limo, he's on his two-way or his motherfucking BlackBerry or his motherfucking cell phone, and he's typing have Cassie hire such and such stripper, because if you know, at the bottom of those advertisements, it'll tell you who the production company and team that put on those shows. Or the promoter or the booker. Okay? Cause bitch, when I dated my sweetheart, he told me he didn't want me to be a stripper. At one point, I was thinking of doing it on the side. And he was like, oh no, you're not doing it. I don't want my lady doing it or whatever. But I was doing it. But I knew y'all gonna judge me, but whatever. I was young. I went behind his back and I was talking to a few people about it anyway. Okay? And so I got to know a lot of these strippers that's gonna be, that's in the news and that's gonna be in the news. Because, girl, I knew a lot of these strippers. And like I said, all of them are nice and friendly, but there's one in particular named Rodney or Rod. I don't want to say his last name, because some of y'all know, bitch, but I know he's wrapped up in this. First of all, he's got a big ass motherfucker too. Okay. Oh, he's got a big ass motherfucker too. Okay, and it curves and it's fat and it is just, and he's muscular, like he's thick muscular, like he's like a bodybuilder. And I've known him since 1990. Let me shut up. I'm saying too much. All right, bitch, hunty. Girl, let me find out Diddy is just this messy. This is so down low. But the fierce thing is, like, I heard so much stuff about Diddy back in the late 90s, about him in the, not the Peninsula, about the Four Seasons Hotel, the presidential suite. And allegedly all these man-on-men parties and stuff. Like, I heard about all this stuff in the 90s. And a part of me is like, this is why you can't trust a lot of gay men, because a lot of you homos really be fucking exaggerating the truth or just concocting these motherfucking stories. But, because I don't understand, like, if he was that liberated in the 90s to have these men-on-men parties and these hotels all around the country, then why would he need Cassie to set up trysts with these fucking male strippers? Because here's the thing. What he was doing, let's be clear, allegedly, was he was using Cassie, okay, as sort of like the runner to get him the dick that he wanted. Because this is why I believe a lot of the stuff that the gay men was saying in the 90s about him being gay, and the stuff that I was hearing about the Peninsula, not the Peninsula, the Four Seasons. I'm starting to believe that a lot of that stuff might have been a lie. Okay, because I don't know. Like, it just seems like he's someone that's still struggling with his sexuality. And I can't see him struggling with his sexuality and then wanting to have a fucking orgy with a bunch of men in the fucking Four Seasons presidential suite hotel. So either the gay boys and the stuff that I heard back in the 90s was a lie, and I heard from reputable people that I thought, people that I thought were cool, the people that I thought were reputable. They were telling me all these different things back then. So I'm just like, well, were they lying? Because right now, as I'm dissecting his motherfucking case, literally, I'm piecing stuff together. Like, the only thing that's not adding up for me is that why would he, if he was allegedly doing all these orgies back in the 90s with men, that would suggest that he was comfortable in his sexuality. But to fast forward, to have his lady, his woman, be the liaison between him and these male strippers suggests, and then for him to have the fucking mask on and when he comes out of the room while she's with the stripper, it suggests that he is still embarrassed about his sexuality. It suggests that he was that he was struggling with the reality that he's attracted to men. Because keep in mind, remember what they said in the testimony, that after the male stripper would ejaculate on Cassie, she would go into another room with him when it was just him and her, away from the stripper. And they would rub the sperm from the man stripper on his nipples. And he would just lay there while Cassie would rub it and he would rub it himself and go, ooh, yes. Ooh, that hot black man jizz all over my nipples. Oh, I feel like a lady. Baby. Ooh, I am a motherfucking mess. But listen, to me, it suggests someone that is deeply in the closet. Like, here's the thing. And every trans person, every gay man within the sound of my voice that has dealt with these down low men, you know what I'm talking about. They act funny, they move funny. They don't want to give you their real names. That's why I don't deal with them. I did when I was younger. They don't want to give you the real name. They don't want to give you the real number. They don't want to let you know what they don't want to have a normal, regular relationship. They just want to make everything complicated and secretive and stuff. And so, Diddy most certainly, allegedly, was using Cassie to fulfill some sort of really sick, twisted fantasy about his own sexuality and playing it out in the safety of where he can control it. Which now it makes sense why he videotaped everything. In case the strippers, but I can't see, that wasn't smart on his side, because the strippers, I don't know too many male strippers that would have a hard time with a sex tape of them and Cassie being leaked. The only people that would have been embarrassed by that was Cassie. So I don't know, but he allegedly was trying to blackmail people, because he was, that was his way of keeping his secret. But child, there's so many different things. And can we talk about, and I don't want to get into, maybe I'll do another video, how disgusting a lot of black women are. Not all, but I've posed this conversation and this question all the time. Why is it that the only time black women stand up for each other or womanhood is when a trans person is at the center of their anger or whatever, the conversation? Why is it that the only time that y'all defend womanhood and the sisterhood when it's against trans people? But when it comes against a straight black man, y'all always side with the straight black man, even if you have video evidence of him abusing the woman. Y'all have been motherfucking co-signing Chris Brown since the Rihanna incident and all of the numerous times that he's gotten in trouble with the law. Y'all have been co-signing Trey Songz, who really is a sweetheart, but I'm not co-signing any of his bullshit. I've never seen it, but there's too many stories of him being an asshole. Even though that was never my experience with him. He was always really a sweet, nice guy. But I don't know what he does all the time. Okay? Y'all co-sign R. Kelly to this day. And a lot of y'all saw the videotape. Y'all co-signed Bill Cosby. Y'all co-signed Diddy. Y'all done seen the fucking tape of Cassie being like, that tape triggered me. Like, I've always, even as a child, I always would think, like, what if I'm being held captive and I finally escape my victimizer and I just get to the point of brink of freedom and he beats me up and drags me back into the dungeon or something. Like that thing was triggering. That videotape with him and Cassie was triggering. I can't even watch it. But y'all have all this proof of them, these men abusing women and doing the wrong thing, but you make concessions for them. But then you turn around and demonize gay people. I did another video about that too, how you gay dudes love to placate to these women and they really they don't use you and they don't like you either. Trust. But y'all y'all put black straight men on a pedestal and you demonize everybody else in the black community. Okay? I just never understood it. I never understood it. And it's so sickening and it's hypocritical and it's disgusting. I can't even fuck with you if that's your mentality. If that's your posture and your mentality, I'm not fucking with you. I'm not. I'm just not. Because I think it's disgusting. I really do. But yeah, like y'all co-sign a lot of the shit, like in the comments, the shit that I've read. Like y'all just like the backwards lost fucking people and community, but whatever. Like, bitch, but I'll get you together and I'll gather you. Cause I've been doing it. I stay doing it. Like, you're not gonna play in my motherfucking face, pretend like you just, this morally, sound and perfect person. Bitch, no, you're not. Most of y'all are disgusting and fucking corrupt. Okay? But that's another story. I'm gonna listen to it again and I'm gonna upload the DL, because I did a whole, I think almost an hour long video about the whole DL whisperer and the whole DL phenomenon. And bitch, I was reading. It was a rant. Okay, because nobody was safe. I read every motherfucking body in the room. Okay? But, that's another video. But yeah, I just want y'all to pay attention. Go in the comments and look at all these black women defending Diddy. And another thing, the last thing I'm going to say, you know why they're defending Diddy? It's because Cassie if Cassie looked like, let's say, no, I don't want to say that because I don't want to disrespect her. But if Cassie looked like a lot of these black women that are defending him, Diddy, oh, they wouldn't be defending Diddy. But because Cassie is a beautiful, racially ambiguous, exotic-looking model type woman or model, that's the source of their envy and jealousy and hatred. Cassie is everything that they believe that they're not, because they have their own self-esteem issues. Cassie's a beautiful woman. And these women are beautiful too, but they don't see it. And this is the same reason why they hate the trans girls. They see too many of us that are beautiful, racially ambiguous, that have perfected femininity, that got our own shit, and these men are going crazy, and they're in love with us. Why do you think they're so quick to call us men? Because they believe there's a way to kind of cut us down, and it's a way to kind of remind these men that, oh, if you deal with that person, then that means you're gay. When they turn around and co-sign gay men saying that you're not really gay if you deal with a gay man, you're bisexual. Mind you, they're whole, heavy, manly men looking dudes that they're fucking. Hell no, you're gay or you're bisexual. You're not straight. Okay. Like, you see how fucking disgusting a lot of these punks are? And these hoes. But anyway, that's it for me, y'all. I love y'all. I'm gonna look at the DL video, and I think I might upload that. And I'm gonna post a comment on my community board right now. Alright, love y'all. Bye.